Learning through Web 2.0 and mobile technologies with Kahoot. Kahoot is a game-based Web 2.0 tool which creates an interactive classroom setting through the use of mobile technology. A variety of multiple-choice games can be created. Once completed and launched from a computer source, questions are projected onto the interactive whiteboard. Students are given a set amount of time, determined by the creator, to answer each question. Answer choices are shown on the student's mobile device. Students can then choose the correct answer by tapping on their mobile device's touchscreen. So how do you get started? Begin by going to getkahoot.com. Teachers can create their free accounts by clicking I'm a teacher, or students can create free accounts by clicking I'm a student over 16 or I'm a student 16 or under. Enter your specific information and click Create Account. Keep in mind, if students are creating accounts, they must sign up with a username, email, and password. Once your account is created, you can begin by creating your first Kahoot. Click the purple New K button on the top left, or start by choosing a quiz type shown in the black box in the center of the screen. Generally, I choose the quiz style. However, the discussion and survey are also great options. For this example, we'll be looking at the quiz option. Step 1 in creating a Kahoot is to give it a specific name. Then click Go. Step 2 is to create the actual questions. Type your question into the question box. You are also able to drag or upload a picture. For this example, I upload a picture of a triangle so I could utilize it for my question asking, what is the shape shown? This would prove to be a great feature for teachers requiring the use of images. If you do not wish to use a photo, a generic photo will be used. All choices are at the bottom and marked incorrect. Once you have added a correct answer choice, click the red box below it and it will change to correct. You can choose to give less than 4 answer choices by clicking the minus button. You also have the ability to change the allotted time for students to answer the question. It is automatically set to 30 seconds. You can choose a time limit up to 2 minutes. Click Add Question until you have the desired amount of questions for your quiz. Once you have created your quiz, the last step is providing details about your quiz. You have the option to set the language, make it public or private, determine the audience for the quiz, and add descriptions and tags. Click Next Cover Image when completed. The last step is to give your Kahoot a cover image. Again, you can drag and drop or upload an image. Then click Done. Once your Kahoot is created, you have several different options. You can share your Kahoot through several social media sites or through email or Google+. You can choose to play now or preview. The preview screen shows how it would look to students when playing the game. You can also go back and edit any of your questions. To go back to the home page, click Kahoot in the top right-hand corner. If you want to access other Kahoots you have created, click Me in the left-hand corner. To play your Kahoot, click Play Now. It will bring you to the launch page. Before launching the game, choose the options at the bottom of the screen. You are given the option to display the game pin throughout the game. This option is good to turn on in case students have internet connection issues while playing. Another great option is to randomize the order of the answers in each question. Once you have finalized the game options, click Launch. To invite students to play your Kahoot, students must open an internet browser on their mobile device and go to kahoot.it. Make sure they don't type in kahoot.com or search for it through Google, or they won't be on the right site. Once at kahoot.it, students will be prompted to enter the game pin. An individual game pin will be projected onto the board once the game is launched. After inputting the game pin, students will be prompted to give a nickname. Make sure to tell students to use appropriate nicknames. However, if an inappropriate name is used, you can simply click on the name from the interactive board or computer and they will be kicked out. Students should see their names appear on the board once they are in the game. Once the game begins, the questions are projected on the interactive board. Each answer choice is associated with a specific color and shape. Students will only see the shape and color on their mobile device. They must look at the board in order to see which answer is associated with each shape. To choose an answer, they simply tap the choice on their mobile device. After the allotted time is up, or after all the students have answered the question, students will see Time Up and the correct answer choice on their mobile device. On the interactive whiteboard, a graph is given representing how the students answered each question. This is a good time for the teacher to provide explanation as to why that answer choice is correct. When finished, click the purple Next button at the top right. After every question, a scoreboard shows the top 5 students who answered the questions correctly in the least amount of time. Students earn points or Kahoots for every correct answer. The quicker the correct answer, the more Kahoots are earned. If you wish, this option can be turned off when first creating the game. However, students really enjoy the competitive aspect of the game. It motivates them to try to get the correct answer quicker on the next question. After all the questions have been answered, Kahoot announces an overall winner, showing how many Kahoot points they earned and how many questions they answered correctly or incorrectly. Click Feedback and Results or exit the game. Teachers have the option to download results, which provides a spreadsheet of every question and the answers students provided. While the teacher can download results, students can rate the Kahoot. Here's an example of what students see on mobile devices and what the spreadsheet looks like for teachers. Once created, every Kahoot is saved. After exiting the Kahoot, it can be later accessed by clicking the Me button on the homepage of getkahoot.com. So, how does Kahoot and technology improve student learning? Not only can Kahoot be used as general review as demonstrated in this presentation, but it could also be used for students to create their own Kahoots. After students have used it in the traditional sense and have a good understanding of how it works, students could be placed in groups to create their own. They would have the option to create a multiple choice quiz, a survey, or a discussion. They would be required to create not only the questions, but the answer choices, and would also have to provide the correct answer choices in order for the game to be played correctly. Teachers could then use this to access student understanding. Once students have created a Kahoot in groups, they could then create a Kahoot on an individual basis. This could be used as a summative assessment at the completion of a unit. And using Kahoot in these ways, it fosters collaboration between students as well as communication and critical thinking in creating the questions and answer choices. But what does the research say? Kevin Oliver agrees with collaborative thinking in his article, Integrating Web 2.0 Across the Curriculum, by stating, Web 2.0 refers to the current generation of Internet applications that allow users to collaboratively generate their own content. Additionally, in David Jonason's article, Computers as Mind Tools for Engaging Learners in Critical Thinking, he states that when students work with computer technologies, instead of being controlled by them, they enhance the capabilities of the computer, and the computer enhances their thinking and learning. He also explains that mind tools are computer applications that, when used by learners to represent what they know, necessarily engage them in critical thinking about the content they are studying. Likewise, in Michael Grant and Cliff Mims' article, Web 2.0 and Teacher Education, Characteristics, Implications, and Limitations, they agree that many researchers have considered technology's role in education and demonstrated that it can enhance instruction, facilitate learning, and serve as a medium allowing students to more fully express themselves, often in creative ways. What learning theories support the use of technology in the classroom? Grant and Mims also state, Web 2.0 technology integrates well with constructivist learning, as many of the tools are social and encourage interaction with others. Grant agrees constructivist learning is epitomized by key interactions with others and the environment and meeting the needs of the learner at their instructional level. Constructivism is often associated with independent learning, self-regulation, and student-centered learning. I believe Kahoot provides an excellent example, especially when having students create their own Kahoots. Let's look at a live demonstration of a student-created Kahoot.
And Riley has 8 questions, I believe. Launch, Riley. That will give you the game pin. There you go, guys.
Okay, let's skip ahead for when they're actually playing the game.
Hope you have enough volume.
How many syllables are in the word I? Yes! Yay!
Oh.
Oh, yay! Yay! Second! I thought you wanted to just it. No, I'm joking.
Okay, next.
How many vowels are in the alphabet between one? Yes! Yes! No! No!
While Kahoot is a wonderful tool, there are some limitations to the website. In general, internet connections prove to be problematic while playing the game. Students will sometimes be kicked out of the game if there's not a strong connection. To combat this issue, make sure to choose to display the game pin throughout the game. This way, if students get kicked off, they can re-enter the game by entering the game pin again and join back in on the next question. From the perspective of the 4 C's, I think Kahoot does a great job of facilitating communication when played in the traditional sense. It also fosters collaboration and critical thinking when students are asked to create their own Kahoots. However, I don't feel that it develops students' creativity. Because they are provided with a template to create their Kahoots, it tends to take away the creative thinking for design. I would recommend to continue offering the template, but to also provide a blank slate so students can be more creative when creating their own Kahoots. This is a relatively new Web 2.0 tool, and improvements and updates are being made daily.